Hi guys, welcome back to Our Wyoming Life. My name is Mike, and if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe, follow along as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. We're heading towards that 250,000 subscriber mark, 250,000 people. And not only that means that there's almost 250,000 people that like to watch what we're doing and how the ranch works, but it also means that that's 250,000 people who care about where their food comes from and the families behind it. Thanks for coming along with us today. We've got a really important job to do today that's going to suck. It's going to be horrible. As you know, across the U.S., weather's been a little bipolar lately, and it has been here throughout the week. We've seen winds up to 60 miles an hour, blowing snow, zero visibility, blizzard-like conditions over the past few days. In fact, that's why this video is actually late, because I had to wait for a day when I could actually do this and do it safely and, at least halfway enjoyably, maybe even just a smidge. So today we are going to be going out and preconditioning the calves. There's a reason we do this, and the main reason that we do it is so that the calves, when they go to auction here in just about a month or so, will bring just a little bit higher price. We're hoping that buyers see the extra work that we put into these calves and maybe raise the price a little bit. I'm seeing calves at auction going for about $2 a pound. Now that's a 450-pound calf. So if we can precondition these calves and even get an extra 10 cents per pound, it makes it worth it. We're going to go through the entire process of how we do this, and we're going to take you right out into the corrals as we bring the calves through, and we get them vaccinated, and we get the pour on, the ivermectin on them, and we make sure that they're all sound and healthy and ready to be sold at auction, which then puts them onwards to the next step of their lives, which would be a feedlot, and then eventually processors, distributors, and then your grocery store, and eventually your plate. So this is really just the beginning. All these calves that you're going to see today were born here on the ranch, and now they have been weaned off their moms. They are now eating food on their own. They're eating protein supplements. We're getting them used to kind of being by themselves a little bit. But this is the next step. This is the next step in making sure that they're healthy enough to move on from the ranch. The first step to this whole thing is getting the vaccines here that we need. Now normally we could go through our local vet, we could go through a number of online places to do this, and as you may know, over the last year or so we've been working pretty closely with FBN, that's Farmers Business Network, and they just opened their online store for pharmaceuticals. So you can actually go online, fbn.com, and order your vaccines or your ivermectin or whatever you need to get directly from them, just like I did. I actually managed to get some video of that process to show you how easy it is. Hey guys, we're up here in the Livestream studio, and what I wanted to do today was bring you along with me as I make my very first order on FBN.com. We're going to be going into the animal health section of their website and ordering our vaccines for preconditioning. So should be pretty simple. I hope so, and I'm going to bring you along with me as we go through the entire process. So one of the really cool things that I can do is actually go back and see what I've ordered in the past. Now, I've ordered from FBN before and gotten vaccines from them before for preconditioning and also branding. But this is the first time that I've been able to do it myself. So I can go back into the system and actually see what I've ordered in the past so that I can duplicate that order. Then it's just a matter of finding the vaccines that I need. There's a handy dandy little search function that you can plug into, or you can just scroll through the vaccines to see what you would like. Once you find what you need, just like any other online ordering, you add it to the cart. You can review your order and then submit it. And really, guys, it's that simple. Order was submitted, a little over $700, which is a lot of money to be spending all at once. But here's the thing. We're hoping that this pays back when we sell calves. By the time we finish up with preconditioning, we're going to know exactly how many calves we did. We'll be able to figure out how much we spent on each calf and then how much we need to make in order to make our money back, or in fact, sometimes even make a little bit of money by preconditioning our calves. So that's pretty much it to ordering from FBN, FBN.com. Be sure to sign up there and get yourself set for ordering vaccines and a bunch of other stuff that you may need as well, from crop protection to health insurance, available through FBN.com. And it's not only for big ranchers. We're not big ranchers, so this is something that I think is going to help out the little guy as well, getting us better prices for everything that we need to manage our livestock and our ranch. After ordering, it was just a couple days, and we got this box right here in the mail from FBN. It contained everything that we ordered, including our ivermectin, which is right back there on the gator. Today we are actually going to be using 3 major medications to help out these calves. And the big thing is that as these cows leave, or the calves leave the ranch here, they're going to be introduced to a bunch of other calves. And as we all know, viruses and that kind of stuff travels pretty easily. So we want to make sure that our calves are as healthy as possible, so that when they're introduced to these other calves, and they call it shipping sickness, but they could get sick from other calves or other cows. So what we're doing is we're actually vaccinating them in a number of different ways. We are using, the first one is a Nasal Gin Vaccine. Nasal Gin goes up their nose. I'll show you how it works. And it's basically for influenza, flu-like viruses. We also have what we call 7-way. This is Vision 7. It's got just a bunch of different good stuff. I don't even know what's really in it. It's got tons of different, and some of the stuff I can't even pronounce, so you'd have to look it up. But this is good for calves. And then also another antivirus bovine. This covers like viral diarrhea, which they can get in the feedlot system, para-influenza, respiratory diseases. This is called Respavax. It's on par with like Pyramid 5 or something like that. So since we have all of our vaccines ready to go, here's the other weird thing about today, and kind of a little monkey wrench thrown in the whole thing. It is 22 degrees outside. The wind chill is 5 degrees. These vaccines, the ivermectin, it's all liquid. This is going to take us a couple hours to do. So how do you protect your vaccines? Just like we have to do in the spring when we vaccinate a branding, we don't want these vaccines to get too hot. Now, we don't want them to get too cold. That's where this guy comes in. This is just a regular old cooler that I actually went ahead and just drilled holes in the top, and it holds our vaccine guns. They actually slide right in here. Hopefully this will provide enough insulation so that it doesn't freeze, and we can use it in the summertime and throw through a couple ice packs in there or something like that, and it'll keep everything from getting too hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mix up some vaccine here while we're in the shop and get it ready to go so that we're ready to start as soon as we get our first calf in. So some of these vaccines are actually live vaccines. That means that we have saline solution that we add to a cake or a powdered, which is a live virus. So we are going to be mixing the two together, and then that way the calves are protected as much as possible. And because Nasal Gin isn't a shot, it actually gets one of these things. This is just a cannula that we use to just spray it right up in their nose. Once we've got all of our vaccines mixed up, I'm going to just go ahead and put them right here in the cooler along with more of our nasal cannulas. I've got some needles in here. I think I've got a steer out there somewhere that I've got to band while we're doing this. So we're going to close all that, and then we're going to insert our vaccine guns into our cooler, which should hopefully keep them cool. All right, so now we are going to head out to the squeeze chute. This is where we're going to get this all done today. We're going to head out there and get everything set up. I've got a couple things set up out there already that I got done a little bit ahead of time that I'm going to show you, and then we're going to bring in the calves, get her done. These are the calves and the star of our show today, but we're going to get the rest of our stuff moved in, get all set up, and then we'll get them moved. Little change in wardrobe was required. It's cold out here. So this is our squeeze chute. This is where the calves are going to come up into. We're going to stop them here. We're going to do all their vaccinations, pour on, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know if this pour on, if ivermectin's going to freeze. There's not a whole lot I could really do about it right now unless I go get another cooler to put it in. And then up here, I've got a piece of cardboard taped with the wind and stuff. Paper's not going to work, so I've got a piece of cardboard. Really all I'm trying to do is keep count. We want to know what our cost was per calf. If you're running this like a business, you need to know exactly how much every single thing costs you along the way. So we're going to close everybody up here. So I'd hate for the calf to come shooting through. And we're going to open up our alleys. This is how the calves get up to the chute. A lot of snow in here. At least it's packed. And just like you've probably seen me do 20 times before, I always walk backwards through the entire system, make sure we're all set up, ready to go for whatever we have coming in. Just like right here. This gate's open. That doesn't need to be open. And this gate definitely doesn't need to be open, or else we'll end up with calves in our front yard.
Kiddo, what are you doing out here?
So obviously we want to make sure we have all the calves. There's a bunch in here still. Go get your friends. Come on. 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 Go, you dum-dums. Go see your friends. All right, we got them all this far. Pretty good start. All right, we got all the calves in the corrals, the Aero-equipped corrals, not the big corrals. But now we're gonna start moving them forward towards the tub, which is that big arm-looking thing. Looks like a tub that we're gonna put them into, then into the alleys, and then into the chute. Come on. Come on, gang. Come on. Come on, gang. Let's go. Come on. Everybody up. Come on. So we have them all closed into a couple corrals here, pretty close to the squeeze chute, the alleys, and the tub. Now we just got to push them up and in. So if you notice, they all just kind of load themselves right up. And we're able to get one right into the squeeze chute right away. There we go. Got him. So we've got him held right here. Good shape. Good looking calf. That's all there is to it. We can let him go. And bring in the next one. I forgot to ivermectin the first one. Won't make that mistake again. Hey, Stinky. As you can probably tell, I'm out here all by myself. The ivermectin, I don't think I told you, is not for what you think it's for. It's actually for worms, mites, ticks, all that kind of stuff. We don't have to worry about the mites and ticks thing when it's so dang cold. But, you know, it's good to deworm the calves anyway while we're at it. So, I've just finished up the first round of, what, 5 or 6, and got them through. So I figured what we could do now is actually give you a turn at doing it. And now it's your turn. Let's precondition the calves. Come on. Load it up. Come on, you too. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up in there. Come on. Come on. Come on, Stinky. Come on. Next. Come on. Come on. All right, so there's the problem with cold weather. This thing, it already died. So hope you enjoyed that. We're gonna just really quickly cruise through the rest of these. We are up to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. About 50 cows or calves so far through, so we're about halfway done. We're gonna finish up the rest of these. We're gonna take a look at some numbers and how this whole thing worked out, and yeah, a little bit more, so stick around.
Week of the month, right up into orbit, my chicks they all abound. A landlord thinks a problem, a rent being overdue. What possible solution? I haven't got a clue. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's all that matters, oh I pray, just to feel good at the end of the day. I've loaned on my possessions with all that I can claim. I ain't got a single penny to my name. My neighbor says he's bothered by what I cannot see. He says that I can launder off what clothes should be. But at the end of the day, the end of the day, it's all that matters, oh I pray, just to feel good at the end of the day. Feel good at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you gotta feel good at the end of the day. It's all that matters, oh I pray, just to feel good at the end of the day.
Lovely, bud. All right, now it's time for showtime. So showtime is here for a couple different things. First of all, he's gonna get his shots, he's gonna get his pour on, but I've been kind of going back and forth on keeping him intact as a bull or going ahead and you know, making him into a steer. So I think I've come to a decision that we're probably not going to keep him as a bull. He's pretty small now. I don't think he's going to, you know, be really big. And it's actually better for us to buy our bulls from bull breeders. So that being said, we're gonna nip this problem in the bud. All right, there's the shot portion. Now we're going to dig in and deal with another problem with that. So all of this may seem strangely reminiscent of branding, and it is pretty much exactly what we do at branding, except for branding we have one other step, and that is the castration of the bulls, turning them into steers, and that's what we're going to do to Showtime here really quick. Got to count them, 1, 2. Just like that, he's all done. And so are we. He's our last calf to go through. It really didn't turn out to be too bad of a day. The wind kind of went down, sun came out. Can't complain too much about that. All the calves, they seem to be okay, except for they want into water, so we've got to open up a gate for them here. And some of them might want to get into some food, so we can do that over here. But other than that, we're pretty much good to go. And we can go ahead and take a look at the whole thing by the numbers. Break out my calculator here. So a little bit over $700 for vaccines, ivermectin, all that kind of stuff. We did 101 calves today. So we're going to take that number. So about $7 per calf, right in there. I don't know why I had to use a calculator for that. Okay, so we're about $7 per calf. So if these calves average 450 pounds, $2 per pound, that's $900 per calf is what we're going to make per calf off of the ranch. If we basically need to make $907 in order to break even. So if we even just got $2 and a penny, well, no, we gotta make an extra 2 cents. Hold on, 202 times 450. Yep. So if we make an extra 2 cents, actually about a cent, 1.75 cents per calf at auction, then we make our money back. And the calves are healthier, we're happier, calves are healthier, buyers are happier, feedlots are happier, everybody's happier, just from a little bit of preconditioning, a little bit of work, a whole lot of cold. The other nice thing about the whole thing is not all these calves are going off to auction. Some of them are actually going to stay right here on the ranch and be finished here and sold directly through our farm store and online sales. So it's a win-win for everybody, including ourselves. It makes sense to precondition the calves. It's just another step that we count on that we're going to have to do. It's all about the health of the animals and taking care of them the very, very best that we can and giving them the best life that we can while they're on the ranch. So that's pretty much it for us today, guys. We really do appreciate AeroQuip really proving that one person can do all this work. This is the AeroQuip corral system. Check them out online. Very cool. And of course, FBN and their new online store. Check that out, fbn.com. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time right here on Our Wyoming Life.